everybody, it's me again. I'm sorry if I look a little damp. I was just out for a morning walk, but it's already like 70 degrees where I am because it's hot here, it's hot everywhere. We won't get into a climate change debate right now, but you know. I'm here because I've read a couple books and I wanted to talk about them. The first one that I just finished last night is Traveling with Pomegranates by Sue Monk Kidd and Ann Kidd Taylor. Sue Monk Kidd is an author probably best known for The Secret Life of Bees, which I've never read, and The Invention of Wings, which I have read. I remember thinking that The Invention of Wings was a well-written book, but I mean, it's literary fiction, right? And it kind of didn't really stick with me in any like strong way. I'm sure that for people who read a lot of that and like that kind of thing, it probably left a bigger impression. It just didn't on me. All I remember about it is slave girl and the daughter of a plantation owner and something. I don't know, stuff happens. I don't know. I just remember thinking, yeah, this is really well written. It's beautifully written. The only reason I even read it was I was at a writer's retreat in France, and the first couple pages of the book were handed out as like a sample for some kind of, discussion. And I remember thinking, wow, this is so beautifully written. I want to read this book. And so I did. Anyway, this book, though, is nonfiction. It is kind of one of those travel memoir type books, which is also really not my thing. This book was given to me, suggested to me, so I read it. In the book, Sue is the mom, Anne is her daughter. Sue's turning 50, kind of facing that midlife crisis. What does it mean to be an old woman? And then Anne is, just finishing her undergraduate degree and trying to deal with where to go from there. She wanted to go to grad school but didn't get accepted to the place she wanted to go. She got accepted to someplace else and was just gonna go because she didn't know what else to do. But then, traveling opens your eyes and gives you new perspective or something. It's a lot about like Mary, Mother of Jesus, Mother of God in this. There's a lot about like having dreams and interpreting them. It's all, I feel like there's something there, but it didn't quite coalesce for me, mostly because for them it was so intensely personal. It wasn't universal so it didn't quite reach me the way I think maybe they were hoping it would reach readers. I think they were hoping to make some kind of universal connection. And it's interesting because here I am. I'm not gonna say, I'm in my 40s, let's just say. And I have a daughter. She's much younger than college age, but still. And I'm a writer. Sue was dealing with wanting to write fiction. I guess she had written nonfiction before that. I'm not really familiar with her career, but she wanted her desire, moving forward was to be a fiction writer. And then her daughter Anne, I guess, in this book also comes to the realization she wants to be a writer. So I'm like, I feel like there are things I should have felt connected to, and I still wasn't. Like, I'm dealing with aging, I'm dealing with being a writer and still trying to really break out. And I've been where Anne was, where like I finished my undergraduate degree, and for a year I just kept working at the place I had worked while in college because I loved that place and I loved the people I worked with. And then I kind of went, well, I can't do this forever. So I went to grad school because I didn't know what else to do. And ended up, working for Houghton Mifflin and Pearson, and it ended up being a good choice for me. I had a good career. That is my cat jumping all over the place. Sorry. But so like I feel like I should have connected more with this, and I just didn't. I think it really lost me when Sue wrote that, oh, I had written half this novel, which I guess becomes The Secret Life of Bees. I had written half this novel, and I went ahead and just sent it off to a literary agent I had met 3 years ago, and several days later she called and said she wanted to represent me, and she was going to send this half of the book out to some editors, and within a few weeks I had a publishing deal. And I know that wasn't the point of this book, but as a writer and as someone who has had it drilled into them, you never send out anything until it's finished and it's polished, and and it's gonna take a long time, and to just be like, oh yeah, I sent it to one agent and they wanted it right away and blah blah blah. Come on, like, yeah, I am a little bitter. I admit it. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, those kinds of stories make me a little bit bitter and a little bit irritated. So that was a turnoff for me in the midst of everything else in this book that just wasn't quite coming together for me. That turned me off very specifically. Anyway, so, I think maybe for people who like travelogues or something, this might work for them. Maybe I'm just not that kind of reader, or maybe it's that, I don't know. I don't think it's a bad book. Whatever they were trying to get across as this kind of ultimate through line, or this truth that they had, like, come to, this understanding, it was so personal to them, and maybe other people would identify more than I did. I don't know. I ended up giving it 2 stars on Goodreads. But moving on, this one is by YouTuber Cakes with Faces. That's Amy. And I love, okay, let me just start with, I have been planning a trip to Japan for over 2 years. I was supposed to go this fall. Obviously, that's not happening now. Hopefully, I get to go next year, at the latest, maybe 2022. But I love Cakes with Faces, or Amy's videos on Japlanning. I find them really, really helpful, more helpful than pretty much anything else I've read or watched. So when she created this guide to Japan, I absolutely had to have it. And I am not at all sorry that I helped with this Kickstarter. It is just chock full of, like, colorful pictures, lots of good information, and this is the way travel books should be. Let me just say, I'm so excited to have it, and I'm so excited to use it at some point, and I just wanted to give, like, a shout out because, she doesn't know me or anything, but, like, I'm wearing one of her shirts, though. It just, like, this is just, like, gonna be my Bible when I'm traveling, and I'm so excited for it. And I recommend it to people who want to go to Japan or trying to plan a trip to Japan. My hair's sticking out. Check that out. Ooh, got this little devil horn. Anyway, so that's a kind of must grab if it suits you. And now, just so you know what I'm reading next, it's Classroom of the Elite. I've watched the first season of the anime and really, really enjoyed it. And there's, like, a ton of these light novels that it's based on, I guess. Sorry for the glare. So I'm gonna start reading those because I've been, like, waiting for season 2, and it sounds like maybe it's coming later this year, but I'm not sure. I certainly hope so, because left a lot of, like, open threads there. If you're not familiar with the anime, it's about this kid. Hang on. What's his name? Ayano Koji. He is the main character, and he goes to this school where it's kind of for kids who are it's kind of almost like a gifted and talented academy is what I would say. Like, everybody passes a very special exam and they all get chosen, though it's not entirely clear why or how they got chosen, and they put in classes A, B, C, and D, and the goal is to be the A class. So the classes are kind of competing for points, and then they're, you know, trying to move up and be the top class. It's interesting. It's a very interesting social experiment kind of thing where they're like, you know, they have to work together as a class as opposed to individual. And maybe it's a very Japanese thing where like individual achievement only gets you so far, because if your class fails, you fail with them. And is that fair or isn't it fair? What are you willing to sacrifice to be at the top? Even if it means dragging the dead weight of other people with you, you know, this kind of thing. So in that way, I find it actually very interesting and very thought-provoking for something that's just basically a high school, you know, drama-ish anime. I've like literally only read like the first page of this because it came in the mail today, so we'll see how the light novels, like I've got like the first 5 of them, but I mean I think there's like 11 or 12 at this point, and they're all pretty thick, like, you know, so it might take me a while to get through them. So I'll let you know how that goes. And yeah, and my kids and I are watching Black Butler, or Kuroshi, I don't want to say it wrong because it sounds like a swear word, Kuroshitsuji. Yeah, we're enjoying that. We've watched series 1 and 2 and Book of Circus. So that's our latest obsession, and that manga is on my wish list. I really, really want to read it because it's been going on for a long time. So I know there's a lot of content there that I haven't accessed yet. And so that's our latest thing. Oh, I should have had Sebastian here. I have a little Sebastian plushie. He should have been here co-hosting with me today. I will make sure that he's in the next video. But I think that's everything. That covers all of my recent reads and what I'm going to be reading going forward. I hope everyone is having a nice summer as it winds down. Hope you're all staying safe and healthy. And let me know what you're reading. Let me know what you think I should be reading. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.